What's up, guys? HD Motorsports here, bringing you another broadcast of the NNR Racing League. Tonight, boys, we go to Daytona, the Daytona 250. We'll call it 50% race. And Pete joining me in the booth tonight. As always, Pete, we're back, brother, and I'm excited as ever. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, HD. It is absolutely great to be back. The guys have really amped it up this year. All new content, all new drivers, a lot of places, a lot of faces. We're ready to go. How you feeling?
I'm feeling great, my buddy. And coming into this league, I heard some nervous people out there in Discord earlier. We got Coey saying he's a little bit nervous. A few other drivers are nervous. It's a big race, man. Your season starts right now. If you want to be one of those championship 4, it all begins here. Who is your pre-race favorite for this race and your pre-race championship 4 favorite?
You know what? For this race, I'm actually going to go with the guy that's running a car or a paint scheme that's near and dear to my heart. I'm an Air Force veteran. I'm going with Jose 720 and that Air Force number 43. Who do you got?
I'm going to go a little bit of a dark horse here. Maybe not a dark horse at all. I'm going to go with that Sterlo guy. I think Sterlo's got what it takes. He's definitely one of the best drivers out there in the league. And I think he's going to bring home that checker flag today.
He very well could, absolutely. As far as the guy that's going to take it all at the end of the season, I'm going to go with the guy that got burned last year. He really wanted it, but just came up just a little bit short. I'm going to pick that early favorite, the 42 of a More Smoke.
There you go, right there, at 42. Definitely had a heck of a year last year. Won, 8, 9 races through the whole season. So you definitely can't complain with that at all. Now, coming into the championship talk, the championship 4. You can't go wrong with those last 4 at all. I mean, who is going to dethrone one of these guys?
Yeah, I tell you, Aviator, he played the strategy perfect. He was up there all season long, but he proved it right at the end. He won a race to get into the chase, at the clutch moment, and yeah, he was able to lock it all down. But I know Rowdy was feeling kind of slighted. So look for him to kind of bounce back too.
And if I'm not mistaken, that Rowdy guy's got a brand new name out here. It's no longer Rowdy. What is it?
I've heard a few different ones. I'm not quite sure what it actually is. So I'm going to stay out of that conversation right now because some of them I don't quite know would be, we'll just say PG right now.
Yes, sir, indeed. And, of course, we're waiting for those guys to get out on track. Are they out there yet?
Not as of yet, no.
Not as of yet.
Nope. It looks like they are actually. They might be lining up or getting ready to line up.
Are they on track?
No.
No.
They're not on track yet. So we'll have to kind of bide our time and see what these guys are doing. I think if you don't follow Coey's YouTube channel, they've actually got a whole new method to qualifying. They're doing something a little unique, I guess, to any of the other NASCAR leagues out there. They actually have a qualifying RNG system or random number generator system. So the poll tonight was actually set by the old style bingo ball, if you will. And it ended up with String on pole and your pro league crew chief Knights sitting on the outside, and way in the back is that number 19 car of Silent. And when I say way in the back, I think I'm talking like 27 cars HD. So it's a big field tonight.
Oh, it's a huge field tonight. And another thing I just realized, we got all new numbers I gotta get used to again.
Yeah.
All new numbers. I mean, Rowdy's not in the 18 no more. He's in the 3. I don't even know what his gamer tag is at the moment. We got, just a lot of people moving around in cars. And, Coey, I got one thing to say. We're going to make it loud and clear right now. Do not allow these guys to change cars through the season. It's going to take me like 5 races just to get used to everybody's transition. I mean, of course, you got those guys staying in the same cars, 12 and Knights, 88 Dohart. Of course, you kind of figured that one. 95 come on, 24 Coey. But some of these guys have changed, and that's definitely gonna be something to get used to. As man, I'm itching to get I'm itching to get underway. I'm itching.
Right. Yeah.
I need these guys to get lined up. I'm ready.
Yeah, you mentioned Rowdy. Actually, he's not going to be in the 3. Earlier in the season, they thought, put Rowdy in the 3. He's kind of an intimidating figure. in the race, but he's actually gone back to his championship number, the championship 13. So yeah, he took it way back. I think that really goes to show how burned he might have felt, as it looks like Rose is checking into the stream. Do you miss me? I ain't racing tonight. He's moving. So Rose, he's actually gone over to the 20 car now. He's not even in the 11. So you talk about one of the most popular numbers last year, moving on over to the 20, giving the 11 to somebody else, and he's actually going to be down by at least 40 points after tonight. So he's going to have to dig himself out a little bit of hole. Good thing it's only the first race of the season.
Yeah, I mean, one race down, 36 to go. Do I miss great old CGMX Rose? We're just going to say, yo, what up, guys? I'm just going to leave it at that. That man straight stole my say for his setup videos. But congratulations to Rose, man, getting his YouTube channel underway. Dude, shout out to him. Go to give him a follow. Go to subscribe to him. Of course I miss you, Rose. You're a hell of a driver.
Absolutely. Yes, he is. All right, let's see. But yeah, we got, as Rock, I see you're around too. Thank you very much, as always, for catching up. Brand new booth HD. It looks really, really good. I saw the preview video for NNR, introducing all your Cup guys. And I tell you what, as far as these Cup guys go, they've got to really perform tonight. I know Rock was there for the truck race that I streamed over on my Twitch channel, and he was there the other night for I think he was there the other night for the Cup or for the Xfinity race as well. But those guys, they really put on a show, and I'm looking forward to seeing if these Cup guys can follow. Because man, if they can't deliver like the trucks and Xfinity did, it might be a little talk. So, well, I'm curious to see how these boys do tonight. Like you said, though, a lot of nerves. Coey was nervous. Stout Whiskey, he's back in that 2 car, by the way. He was nervous. Yeah, it's going to be interesting.
Are we sure these guys aren't racing yet?
Nope, I'm actually watching a more stream, and it looks like they are getting on. They're being pulled onto the track now, one by one, to get into position. As I see,
I just got an invite. All right.
There you go.
Thanks. Jesus, man, right. I'm itching. I'm itching to get out here. I'm itching to call some action. I need some action. Man.
You're an action junkie.
Oh, it's close. I'm going to need another invite. They're actually in the lobby.
Oh. Okay.
I thought that was an invite to the actual race, but
me watching my stream.
They're lining up right now.
Yeah, they are. Yep.
All right, I sent you a few more.
Yeah, send me a few more. I might need that.
All right. Let's see.
How's the volume sound, by the way, out there?
You sound great. I'm hoping I do. I'm hoping that there's no echoes on this side. I didn't have any problems for the truck or Xfinity race. Then again, that was through Twitch, not through YouTube. So, hey, Rock, how do I sound? Do you hear any echoes from me or any kind of audio issues? I trust you.
Someone's asking out there, how do you get an NNR? I'm going to go and let you take care of that because I'm just here to wing this broadcast.
NNRleague.com. Yeah. Go if you're a friend of mine. Please go to my friends my friends list on Xbox. Look for either Coey for the Cup, which more than likely you wouldn't start out there, but it's Coey for the Cup, Dooman for Xfinity, NNR Dooman. Thank you very much, Kent. I appreciate that. Volume's good on both sides. Awesome.
That's my sister.
Or
shout out my
sister. If you're a friend of Carol actually took over the trucks this season. So yeah, go to nnrleague.com or go to Facebook. Send them a message there. You can send a message through Twitter. I actually partly help with the Twitter side of it. I'll be more than happy to talk to you, get you set up. But yeah, start of the season. If you're interested, come on. Let's see what you got. All you need is a good, steady internet connection, Discord, be able to hold the line because you'll be racing against some of the best, and you like to have fun. That's what you need.
And HG is going to need your social security number, your debit card number, and maybe your PIN. But other than that, yeah, man, everybody's more than welcome to go on and get into the NNR. I mean, it's a heck of a league. Best default racing league out there, in my opinion. That's why I'm here. That's why I love it. The only thing I'm wishing right now is get out on track. Ugh.
Right. Yep. And actually, it looks like their timer is done. So they should be getting on track here in just a second. Your sister says everything sounds good. David Hunt says, go Ingalls. Ingalls, I know he's ready. I've talked to him a couple times. He couldn't wait to get out on track. Let's see.
Hey, you know what doesn't?
Again, saying the volume's great. Huh?
You know what doesn't sound good?
What's that?
My sister's cooking.
Hey, be careful, HD. Thanksgiving's coming up.
Yeah, I know.
That's all I'm going to say.
She's a great cooker.
Oh, I don't doubt it. All right. So, slide job, says Rowdy.
All right, man. Let's go and get to the race. Good googly moogly.
Okay.
We got a new configuration for this thing.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go.
All right, let me see. Did I get an invite? I did. All right. Oh, let's see. I got a lot going on here. Lots and lots and lots. All right. As always, guys, with any NNR league, they do a couple pace laps. One big change, or well, maybe not so big change, with the Cup season or Cup Series this year, is they have actually gone to stages. So not only do the trucks and Xfinity do stages, but the Cup guys, they've adopted that as well. So you'll have a couple breaks in the middle of those long runs. Some guys may like it, some guys may not. But guess what? Too bad. You want to race with the best, you got to be it. Here we go.
Yes, sir, indeed. As we're getting all spread out right now, getting ready to go. Come on, look at that quick car out front here right now. It's at 24. Coey. Right behind Coey's going to be at a 12 Knights. My crew chief for the Pro League. Love Knights, man. Hoping he's going to have a good year this year in NNR. Right behind him is going to be the 22 J. Paul. You know J. Paul's got a lot of fans out there.
J. Paul's absolutely got a lot of fans. I was actually hit up by one of his fans earlier, Winding Lion, saying, "Hey, what time does the race come on? What was the YouTube channel?" I shared all that. I know that there's a little bit of interest. So I know Cheeseburger is a fan of J-Pod, so is Cole 315. He was with us last year, and a few others. Now I'm kind of curious if this is kind of an issue or not, because Coey was supposed to be in the back, which I'm guessing is what they're doing right now, because String was actually won the pole. I mentioned the qualifying generator that they've got going on. So yeah, String should actually be on pole, and as you mentioned, Knights should be on the outside. To take these guys to green once they're done with their pace laps.
Yeah, it looks like
you'll see them all pull over here pretty quick and then line them up.
Yep. Line them up right now.
Yep.
Man, that 32 car looks nice.
Yes, it does. There's a lot of nice paint
crisp.
schemes. Yeah, and some of these guys have gotten really. Your sister's sharing the love, I tell you.
Yeah, I know. I saw it.
Some of these guys have gotten really, really creative with their paint schemes. During Cup final practice last night that I streamed on my Twitch channel, Sweeterfeed in the 15, he had a beautiful yellow and blue, reminiscent of Earnhardt, what would have been Wrangler car at the time on track, and I tell you, it brought back a lot of memories. So, all right. John Fry also says, sounds great. Thank you, John. Appreciate it.
Well, I be damned. We got this 8 car of Smitty all up inside the 14.
He wants to get to the lead so bad. Yeah.
They're bump drafted on the lineup.
Drive right through him.
Yeah, they're bump drafted on the lineup. Here is that 10 car. Like you said, got the pole position. That's the 10. Of String right there on the inside. Knights on the outside there in the 12. Again, big shout out to my crew chief. Knights in that 12. Hope, again, he has a good, strong year. There's that 22 of J. Paul. 35 on the outside of him. That's a new number. I'm going to have to get that eventually. There's the 6 of Heated Snowman. 2 of Stout Whiskey. Is that the 21?
Yep. 21 is JCX12. He's back.
Yeah, you got the 4 Natty Dread right there. There's the one of that was Sweeter Fees. I don't know if it's sweeter anymore.
Nope. The one. Hold on. Get there too. There's a few changes. Well, you know, it's going to take some time to get used to it. As you're looking at the car, HD, one change with Heat 4 is it actually tells you who it is on the bottom left of your screen. It might be hidden on yours because you got the NNR thing there.
Nope, I see mine. That's just
okay. Yeah, the 21 is definitely JCX12. The one is God Power this year.
All right, those of you out in chat wondering what the hell's going on. What are they doing? What are they doing? Demolition Derby? Nah, we're just lining up. We're lining up the field. We do manual restarts here, manual starts. We don't let the game take control. We like to make it as authentic as possible, I guess you could say. So once we get all lined up, they'll take a pace lap around, and we'll be green underway.
Yes, we will. And they are just about done, it looks like. As I've got the stream of the 42 up for you guys tonight, so I'll be able to keep track of fuel, any issues on track, lap count, whatever you need. So if you have any questions, if you're out here cheering on a certain driver, let it be known. We'll try to get them up on camera for you. And yeah, let's see. You got Dan the Lawn Man back this year, HD.
Yeah, I'm taking a quick look at that 9 of Carroll. Carroll's a fan favorite, was the face of the booth last year. Going to make a little change, and it looks like we're rolling off right now. I tell you what, Pete, if these boys' bloods aren't boiling, mine is boiling. Get ready to call this thing.
Yeah, I'm ready to roll. It's been a long 6 weeks. We got to watch you in the pro league take care of business. Again, congratulations on your runner-up. Anybody that watched that race knows how hard you fought. Man, that was a great turnout. I'm really proud of you. I'm ready to get this going. Ready to hear more maybe about the Pro League second season if you have any news later on. But yeah, I'm ready to go, HD. Like you said, they're rolling.
Yeah, they're rolling underway. Woo! Looks great out here. 26 cars out on track. If I do believe, also another note I like to make, as I think we're green right now, underway, possibly, probably not. I'm premature, HD yet again. Looked like the tennis train was going. But hey, no, another note I'd like to make, though, we actually got 2 moderators watching this race.
We do. We've got a couple of moderators watching the race for some new rules that were put into place for pit road. The moderators are who knows who. But yeah, they're making sure that these guys live within the rules, race within the rules. Yeah, Coey's not leaving anything to chance. He wants everybody to run how the rules expect them to run, and if they don't, they get penalized. And I tell you, HD, if you switch over to that 95 car, old Mr. Kamal's paying a little tribute to you tonight.
Yeah, I did see that.
Yeah.
Look at that. Oh, Look at that. There it is right there.
How about that?
Yeah, shout out to my teammate, the Bear, though, on the other side.
Yep, Bear 95. Yep.
Hell of a dude. Very fast.
Yes, he is. All right, I'm going to get my cameras to the front as well so we can get ready to call this as they're coming through 3 and 4.
Yeah, they're coming around turns 3 and 4 right now. I expect them to go green this time by. I was a little bit premature last time. I should have known they were going to go at least one full pace lap. But here comes Stringer at 10. Smithfield Ford machine bringing them down the front stretch.
Yep, he's bringing it down the front stretch. And as you mentioned before, he's got the 12-car Knights on his outside. And it looks like they are going to take it green. Looked like the 12 might have tried to get a little bit of a jump, but looks like they're not. They waved. It looks like they waved it off, HD. I'm not quite sure why. Might have been some lineup issues. I did see the 19 car of Silent sitting in the back for some reason. And then I saw the 9 car Carroll down the grass.
Well, Carroll's going. I think Carroll's a lap down somehow.
Oh, okay. So yeah, they had to correct the lineup then.
Good God, this is almost like real NASCAR. 1,000 pace laps. If you guys out there in chat were looking to watch a real NASCAR race, this is almost spot on.
Yeah, where's the fake debris, huh?
That's what happened. I think someone threw a water bottle out there. Look, I can only get my nerves high so many times before I call a green flag. This is the third attempt at this.
Let's see here.
We're going to have to talk with Cody after it, but what in the world's going on?
Yeah. I don't know if I want to talk to Coey. Coey yelled at me last night.
Yeah, I'm sure I'll be able that eventually.
I don't know. With all the updates that you did to the booth, I don't see how anybody can be mad at you.
I'll tell you what. Let me know week 3 when I don't update the points.
Well, I see the crawl across the top of the screen.
Yep, there's a 9. I hope they go do the same.
I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. It looks like, guys, they pan back through. Everybody's where they need to be. Yep, String is on the gas. He's ready to go. Got the 12 on the outside. Yes, they're coming to the restart zone. HD, take a screen.
Yeah, and there they go right here. Green flags in the air here for the Daytona 500 NNR stop. There's that 10 of String out in front. There's that 12 of Nice going to sneak down in front of the 22 of J. Paul as they're too wide back there for third place.
Yep, they're too wide back there for third place. J. Paul was hoping that we were going to be able to call his number out front often tonight, and doesn't look like he's going to have too bad of a start. He's going to give that 12 a push all the way down the backstretch. Now, if the 12 of Knights goes high, will he follow him? The high line on this game is very, very strong. You do get that run, so we'll see what happens here, but right now, looks like first through fourth, they're all single file.
Yes, sir. First and fourth, all single file. Get a quick run out of that. 10 at String, 12 at Knights, 22 at J. Paul, and a 6 at Heated Snowman. But there's that 35 car finally getting down to the low lane. That looks like it's going to be the 4 of Natty Dread, the 3-car tandem up top.
Yeah, 3-car tandem up top, led by, I missed it. They're going by so fast. But it'd be nice if they get that high line rolling. NNR Horn did a great job with that high line in the truck race the other night. It'll be curious to see what these guys can do with it. The sense of speed between the trucks and the cup cars is completely different.
And there's that 35 of Dan the Lawman on the outside, making great progress up there. He's going to pull door to door with the 10 of String, possibly at a turn 4 down the front stretch.
Yeah, you got the 4-car Natty Dread giving that 35 a big shove with that one car of God Power pushing him along as well. So you still got your String in the 10, you got 12 behind him, then you got the 22 with J-Paw, then you got that 6-car, that Oscar Mayer Ford of Heated Snowman. He's back again this year in the same ride he had last year.
And there's that 1 of God Power starting to make his way up through the pack. Got a couple wins last year in NNR. It's good to see him continually to run good as, again, Pete, we're still side by side for first place through turns 3 and 4.
Yeah, except for a couple positions, we're right same way they were when we went green. Look at these guys. This is why they're the best, HD.
Yes, sir, indeed. When you want to get on the bumper cam.
We've got 22 with J-Pod getting inside the 12 and Knights. They're going to take it 3 wide coming through the trial, heading down towards turn 1.
Yeah, heading down turn 1. 3 wide right here. Turns 1 and 2. That 12 and Knights in the middle, able to hold it together. Slide up into that top line. Back 2 wide. There's that 35. A Dan the Lawman on the outside. Pulled a power move down the backstretch.
Yep, down the backstretch. That looks like the 19 car. No, that wasn't the 19 car. That was the 2 car. The Stout Whiskey that got loose, went through a little bit of the infield. And it looks like he's just now able to gather it back up. No contact, no harm, no foul. They stay green.
And they stay green. Looks like top 7 now, all single file now. There goes that 1 dipping down below the line. He's going to be able to sneak back up, but that's going to put the 2 of Stout Whiskey on the outside. No help there. New leader, though, 35, Dan the Lawman.
New leader, like you said, Dan the Lawman, he's got that 10 car now right behind him, giving him a shove. There's the 22 with J-Podge kind of biding his time, waiting to see if the 10 car washes up. These cars do tend to get a little tight as the fuel burns off. So curious to see if the 10 is able to paint that line, or if Dan the Lawnman is just going to paint it for him, get a little bit of a shove. But first through, 8th or 9th, they're all single file.
Yeah, it's going to bounce around the field just a little bit, get some other people some love out here towards the back. Here's that fourth Natty Dread working his way up just on the outskirts of that front pack draft. Just in front of him is going to be the 95 of Kamal. They're going to need to hook up to that 11 to stay attacking. They got a huge run down the front stretch, and they are there, and they are there coming fast. They're actually going to dip to the outside. We're going to stay here on the bumper cam of the 4 of Natty Dread, as they're going to pick up one, maybe 2 spots. There's that 95 hard into the wall.
Oh, I didn't get to see that. I was kind of keeping an eye up here with the 6 of Heated Snowman. He wasn't letting off the 22's bumper at all going through the corner. The 22 might have been trying to lay back to get a little bit of a run on the 10, but it just wasn't happening. It still looks like the 1 of God Power and the 2 of Stout Whiskey. They're just content kind of riding. It's still early in this thing, HD. They're not going to put too much pressure on these guys. Not going to take them 2 wide, 3 wide. Haven't quite seen 4 wide in a long time at Daytona. But, yeah, these guys are not they're not taking any chances right now. They want to keep the damage to a minimum and just burn off some laps, get to their first pit stop, get 4 new tires, get some air pressure changes, get some grill tape changes, maybe make some wedge changes. That's all they can change here in default land. But man, these guys, they know what they're doing.
Yes, sir, indeed. I think here comes the first Zayton. We need the tool. How many laps we got left before the end of the stage, buddy?
It looks like, Moore he's got 15 laps left in the gas tank, and they've got 10 laps to go they reach lap, no, I take that back, scratch that. As soon as he gets to the start-finish line, I'll get that for us. He just changed his menu.
There we go, right there. But yeah, we're pretty much all single-filed out here. Looks like 20 cars deep. As we're waiting, here's that 95 with James Kamal. Again, got that hard hit to the outside wall. Looks like that 32 car. And that's going to be the 32 of A-Dukes. Actually going to get into that 95. Coming through that turns 1 and 2 it was. And just bumped him out there. But hey, he's still going strong. He's got the 12 of Knights actually towards the back as well.
Yeah, the 12, after he got kind of pushed out of closer to the lead, he ended up right in front of the 95 of Kamal. And those two are actually really, really good friends. So I don't know if the 95 kind of cut him some slack, said, hey, come on up. There's a spot right here, or if that just happened that way. But yes, single file from first all the way to the tail end Charlie. It's I don't see anybody really straggling much. There might be 1 or 2 cars back there, but for the most part, first through 20th are all nose to tail.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, indeed. And I'll tell you what, Pete, man, you're about mid-season form with this broadcast, and you've already broadcasted 2 races early on your Twitch channel for the NNR Truck and NNR Xfinity League. You guys make sure to go and follow Pete on Twitch as well. Make sure to catch that race live because there's definitely some good action. I was watching that truck race, and it was a heck of a finish.
Oh, I definitely appreciate that, man. Yeah, I actually I just got past 50 subscribers the other day. Nowhere close to your over 4,000. You are still the HD. But I got that affiliate level in Twitch. I'm gonna get some more tools running. I'm ready to roll with the trucks on Sunday nights at 9 o'clock, the Xfinity on Tuesday nights at 8:30. Again, Carol in that 9 here, he's running the trucks, and NNR Dooman's running the Xfinity. Yeah, I've had a great time with those so far, and I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. Thank you, I appreciate that.
No problem, buddy. I tell you what, another thing I think we should note to mention at these stages,
yeah,
it's not the top 10 that gets points. It's only the top 7.
Yes, it is only the top 7. And let's see, I'm still waiting on a more. All right, on a more stream, they're coming through the trial, but right now I'll get us a lap count. And that is 15 laps remaining in stage 1. And he's running 15th right now.
Yeah, they're all pretty much single filed out here, but it's going to get pretty crazy. Like I just said, only top 7 get stage points. And as you can see, I mean, points matter. I mean, you look at last year, Jose 720. We thought he was locked in, ran out of gas, and just like that was out by 1 point. Every single point matters. So before this is all said and done, before this stage ends, I guarantee we're going to be back 2 wide, battling for the lead yet again.
Yeah, everybody says Talladega's a wild card. Well, Talladega absolutely bit Jose 720. He did not want to see that happen, but sometimes you win with those gambles, sometimes not so much. Unfortunately, he was on the downside of that one, but I'm looking forward to some big things from Jose this season. He's not only running default here, but he's running a brand new league that Dohar has been working on. I think it's like the East Spark series or something like that. So he's getting plenty of seat time. 43 should be strong this year.
Yeah, I actually got my eyes on the 88 at Dohar right now. He's in the back with that 9 at Carroll. They're just kind of cruising along. I think they realize that they're in no position to get any points in the first stage at least, so they're going to save fuel, save the car if there is the big one. They're going to be good to go for the second.
Yeah, they'll be good to go. Everybody is running nose to tail on the bottom line. We need some action each day. We need somebody to get up, get out of line, try pulling someone along that high side. Speaking of pulling people along on the high side, if you did catch the truck race on Sunday night, you saw Carroll with 3 cars behind him. I think he had Muffin, I think he had Jelly Roll, and I think he had one other person with him. Just the 4 of them caught a pack of 6 or 7 cars up front with Carroll up front pulling the train along. The truck racing has been great so far this year, and I'm looking forward to some big things from Carroll. It really seems like this game suits his driving style a little bit better than Heat 3 did. He's been in any off-season practices at Darlington and a couple others. He's been up front, leading laps, winning races. It's not the same Carroll that everybody saw in the back last year. Get ready for some big things from that 9.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that, man. Carroll's a hell of a dude. I hope he has a hell of a year, man. I think he's going to punch his way at least into the second round of the playoffs, maybe not third. I mean, he might contend for that championship for us. But it looks like we got a guy looking towards the outside. He's got the 32 right in front of him, but they're going to dip back down in line. I've seen a few guys poke out, try and make something happen, but just no one's going with at the moment. It's like that cat and mouse game, Pete. They're all waiting for that closing last for stage 1 to then make their move.
Yeah, 21, like you were just talking about, that's JCX 12. He's back, and
as I think your mic cut out there, because you just completely stopped talking in the first malfunction in the broadcast booth. Happens at Daytona 500 about 30 laps in. But another note I'd like to make that there hasn't been any caution just yet. There you are. Welcome back.
Hey, yeah, I'm not quite sure. The game actually booted me. That's the first. Can I have an invite, please?
You know what, Pete? For you.
You're too kind. But I am still able to watch the stream from Amore. I can tell you, Amore, he's still riding pretty close to tail end. Charlie is still sitting back there in 15 out of 25. Again, not really pushing it, just kind of biding his time. Thank you very much for the invite. And I see I got a message from actually one of our other officials asking for an invite as well. So we'll get him brought over as soon as I get back in. Yeah, I'm not sure why all of a sudden my voice went dark. Good thing the booth in NASCAR never goes dark, and neither do you. So let's keep it rolling here.
I don't tan too much. I more or less just get red, It's that ginger life. I pretty much just turn into a lobster. There's no tanning in me at all. The only tanning I get might be a few freckles here and there.
Let's see.
Guy giving out the chat right now, giving a huge shout out to Stout Whiskey. Let's go ahead and get into a Stout Whiskey. Where is Stout? Where you at?
Stout was closer to the front.
There he is. There's that beautiful 2-car Stout Whiskey. Currently running in 7th place. I had to count because Zane, we need the tool. So if this stage was in right now, he'd be the last car to get stage points, as it looks like he might be trying to build up a run here. He's getting a little bit of separation between him and the 1 car in front of him.
Yeah, he definitely got a little bit of separation, and it still looks like, whoa, 35 Dan Lawman got a little loose. looks like it kind of pushed the 10 car of String out, and the 22 of J-Pod denied him on getting right back into place where he was. That's going to push the 10 car back to P3, and he is still the 10 is still under fire from the 6 he heated.
Yeah, luckily, he's very lucky not to lose a bunch of ground right there, because this huge single file lane, he could have very easily dropped straight to the back of the pack. Yeah,
the 22 said no. He swerved underneath the 10. He said, you moved up, man. It's my spot now. The 6 kind of cut the 10 a break. He could have went underneath him as well, and then that whole train, the 20 cars, would have gone right by, and the 10 would have quickly gone from second all the way back to 25th. That could have been disastrous for his stage points hopeful. How many points he could have gotten out of that stage. So let's get a lap count from Amore as they come back around. He's got 5 laps of fuel left in the tank, still running 15th. So that means they should be just about ready to wrap up stage 1.
Should be about ready to make some moves up here. We need some action.
No kidding. Yeah, 6 laps to go, 5 laps. But with all the drafting...
a lot of cars coming down pit road. Holy smokes.
Yeah. A lot of these guys were only 1 lap short. They could easily save that in the draft. But yeah, there's at least 7 cars that just broke for pit road really abruptly. Because everybody was running the low line, nobody could really signal saying, hey, I'm going in this time. Now, if you watch the truck and Xfinity races, you'll know that NNR, the way they do it, is they gotta run the apron all the way through 1 and 2 to merge on a backstretch, and also getting into the pits coming to 3 and 4. So, man, it's gonna be interesting to see if the rest of the guys pit or if they try to stretch out the fuel.
Man, that's gonna give you a new race leader. That's gonna be the 22 of J. Paul leading the race right now. There goes the 11 of Engels. The 1 of God Power is gonna sit P3. It's pretty much just them. They've got a little pack here behind them, but this stage and about to end, they might not catch them.
No, they may not catch them at all. They might have to wait for the stage to end. Everybody get racked back up. I'm trying to catch up with the 22 of J-Paw here on my camera. See where he is compared to everyone else, and it looks like actually the 22 of J-Paw and the 11 are going to pit right now.
Yeah, they're going to come down together, and that's what that was very clean. That they didn't A, possibly speed, or B, get any damage by both drivers right there. So that's going to cycle everything out. I do believe that the 1 car now, God Power, is going to be a race leader. There's that 40. The 40 car of Outlaw is actually currently a lap down.
Yeah,
and he's just going to unlap himself right now. These guys actually might be teammates. Looks like God Power is going to jump right behind him, possibly draft a little bit, see if he's got to come down for a green flag pit stop.
Now, we saw how Dohar and Carroll were kind of laying back earlier. Gotta wonder if these guys, only needing 1 lap, if they were able to stretch this out, work their way up front, get max stage points, pit at the break, and come back out right where they are. Hey, who knows? It might be able to work out for them. Dohar is a master of saving gas.
Yes, sir, indeed. And it looks like, ooh, the 1 car got a little loose there coming out of turn 2. You know, one thing with Heat 4 that we really haven't hit on much yet is the new tire model.
Yes.
That is going to be huge. You know, Heat 3, these guys are used to possibly running full throttle at these 1.5 miles. You know, all these places, you come to these 1.5 miles now, you go full throttle 6-7 laps. But after that, whew, them tires are going to wear off, and you are going to be struggling, and you're going to be slow. So tire management is going to be huge on who's going to win these races.
Yeah, Daytona is the Super Bowl of NASCAR. We absolutely know that. But a lot of people are saying that the season really starts next week. And I'm pretty sure next week is Vegas. Vegas is really bumpy. It's gritty. It wears out your tires really quick. a lot of people, they used to run the higher presets to be able to go faster. You actually have to start out on the lower preset in order to kind of conserve that right front or that right rear. You really had to work on that in the Pro League, so these guys are going to get to witness it here.
Not to cut you off, but that one car, God Power, ran out of gas down the backstretch. He's currently down below the yellow. He was trying to stretch it. Didn't make it happen. Couldn't make it happen. The only question is, can he get the pit road, go down pit road, cross the line before these guys all cycle through? I'm going to go ahead and say that's a hard no.
Yeah, I don't think so. Not with the pace that these guys have here in the draft. As you
there's a big contact here between the 18, the 10, and the 11, but they all hold it together. As I'm gonna go ahead and assume this is the last lap for the end of the stage. Possibly, looks like the 10 of String might win it.
The 10 car's going for max points right with the 2 cars, Stout Whiskey. And I'll check with Amore stream here. As Amore's actually running in P2 right now. Amore was able to he ran 15th that whole time. I was looking for Jose 720 to have a great race. Jose just got max points with Amore running second, and A Dukes in his return to NNR got third, Sweeter Feed fourth, Pro Viper running fifth.
All right, again, only top 7 here get points in NNR. So whoever the 2 are behind Pro Viper is going to get the last points. Everybody else, big old Zippo, try again next time.
7th was String, and 6th was String, and 7th was Stout Whiskey.
That's why them boys were battling so hard. Right there, coming out of turn 4.
Yep. So, man, they were absolutely running hard. I was really surprised that they didn't try to conserve just that one lap, but Amore did it. He was running 15th. I said that a couple times when I was checking with him for lap counts. 15th, max draft, off the gas, keeping up with the main pack, and here he is, almost max points. The 43 of Jose 720 cashing in big.
Yeah, it's huge right here. I'm going to give a quick rundown of the current running order. 18 of Sterlo's currently got the race lead. On the outside of Sterlo, we got the 48 of the Aviator. I haven't really talked about Aviator much all night long. This is last season's champion, the Aviator, new car, the 48. There's that 35 of Daniel Lawman sitting P3 on the outside of Daniel Lawman. It's the 43 of Jose 720. There's a more smoke. That Wiley veteran, the man won 8 races last year. He's sitting P5 on the outside of more smoke. We got the 2 of Stout Whiskey. Looks like behind Stout Whiskey's possibly going to be the 3 of Pro Viper, or 37 of Pro Viper. No, wrong paint car. No, it doesn't even matter. What's going to call this green?
Yeah, I'm kind of curious what's happening here. Right now, they're 3 wide for the lead. The 48's down on the apron, the 18's on track, 43's up high. I don't know exactly if they're trying to get back into position or if those guys didn't pit, so they're going to pit now. All right, so the 42 of Amore Smoke, it looks like, is going to take them back to the green with the 43 of Jose 720 to the outside. I'm going to get back to them. Yeah, this is going to put the 48 of Aviator and all them quite a ways back. Yeah, there's 3 of them, so they'll have a little bit of a draft, a little bit of draft help between them, but not much. They'll be lucky if they actually don't lose a lap.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess they just forgot to check a box to take fuel or something, because that was very odd, especially 3 of them. But yeah, there you go. Current race leader is going to be the 42 of Amore Smoke out in front. Right behind them is going to be the 3 car, Sweeter Feeds. Behind Sweeter Feeds, Stout Whiskey rounding out your top 3.
Yep, Stout Whiskey, and then you got the 11 there of Ingolf, followed closely by the 10 car of String, and then the 21 of JCX12. Behind JCX12, I think that's the 37 of Pro Viper. Back again for the 2019-2020 season of NNR. Behind Pro Viper, you got the looks like, what was that? Don't want to move the camera too much. That's the 8 car of Smitty, then the 22 of JPA. Now, we were talking about the Aviator, how we really didn't talk much about him in the first stage. I don't know if you saw the video or not, HD. I know that it was shared quite a bit on NNR's Facebook page. But Kenny Wallace, NASCAR driver, dirt racing champion, actually reached out to NNR and congratulated all the series champions. He congratulated Aviator, Elia White in Cup. He congratulated Forrest Smith, a.k.a., or not going to say a.k.a., I did that the other night, and I got a little bit of a lashing for it. But Smitty on his championship, and then Corey down in trucks, that's Watt Racing, on his championship. I tell you what, great honor for those guys.
Oh, that's a heck of an honor. I mean, I saw that video, and I was like, man, who pulled some strings for this one? That was pretty epic.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Hey, talk about those 3 cars that had the pit right there before that green flag of the start of second stage, just in front of more smoke. There they are, lined up 3 cars, but with this huge train, give about 7, maybe 10 laps, they'll be there.
Yeah, they'll be there. 3 against 21 or 22 cars is the math is just not in their favor. But right now it's you got a more smoke, you got the 3 cars sweeter feed, and then stout whiskey followed by the 11 of Ingles. They're that 3-car train is not going to have much of a chance. Like you said, maybe 6, 7 laps. But again, these guys are all back down to that low line, not really wanting to do too much. Really just maybe biding time, wait till the end of the stage, maybe get a little racy, try to get max points. But at the end of this race, I don't see these guys playing very nice at all.
Oh, no, without a doubt. I mean, you saw how it was for that 6th and 7th spot for the end of the stage between String and all them guys. I mean, it got hectic right there through turns 3 and 4. Right now, I think they're playing a fuel strategy game. That's what it is when you come to Daytona on NASCAR Heat. Everybody's trying to save that one more lap of fuel, and that car who's not saving is that 42 of more smoke, who won stage 1.
Second. He came in second. The 43 came in first. I'm sure, if Talladega came along right now, he'd probably be pretty happy. But let's see. Got some shouts here in YouTube chat. Looks like Rock NASCAR really likes how your car looks in the game. Saying it's badass. I couldn't agree with him more. Looks like Blake Hayworth saying, attaboy stout whiskey. Absolute stout whiskey, one of the best in NNR, kind of Coey's right-hand man. Helps him a lot with the league every day of the week. Let's see. You gotta love your sister. I don't know what Mix's issue is. He's saying he's weak. He doesn't know NNR very well. But
he's saying weak. The only thing weak is his comment. But hey, we don't care. We like the haters. We like the lovers. We don't care.
Right.
I'm up here
That's
having
right.
fun. He's here watching this week broadcast.
Yes, he is. And I tell you what, he's only saying weak because these guys, they don't cut each other any slack. They're staying single file, but you know what? They're not up high running single file. They're down low, and they are about to catch the draft of that 3-car train right ahead of them. Now, kind of curious what they're going to do when they get there. Are they going to go up high? Are they telling these guys, hey, we want that low line, you're about to be lapped, get out of the way? Does it cause some jumbling issues a little bit further in the pack, kind of like the accordion effect? What do you think is going to go on here?
I tell you what, it's going to be interesting to see because they're probably going to make them go to the outside, right? If more smoke dips down too soon, that 3-car might just say, hey, I'm going to continue on up. Nope, they're actually going to move up to the high side. Sterling's going to come out a little bit. And I think that was choreographed. I think they're like, hey, man, we're just going to let you guys go down by low or a lap down. And this is where the real race starts. And there's Sterlo able to get down the line. Wow. That's going to be huge if there's a caution or the end of the stage break.
Yeah, that would be huge if there was a caution because that'll give the 18 the free pass. Those other guys will have to either try for the wave around if nobody else pits or what, but right now the 18 is actually guaranteed to get his lap back. That was a smart move by him. Kind of almost got to wonder if the 11 checked up for him and let him back in. Coey was pretty adamant about not jumbling up the field to do any favors for your teammates. But hey, at the end of the race, your teammates are your teammates.
Yes, sir, indeed. Teammates are teammates. As it looks like we got a little high action here happening towards the back. God dang, about time. Something's happening. Looks like real NASCAR race. We have about 6 pace laps and now single file. But hey, looks like that 21 cars try to make something happen, but that 48 is just going to dip down low and just say, yeah, I was just kidding, buddy. See you later.
Yeah, no love for JCX 12 right now. But I'm like, we were just talking about, next week. A lot of the real racing starts then. Like you kind of alluded to, the tire wear model. Not much wear here at Daytona or at Talladega. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see who picks the right or wrong preset, who screws up on their tire pressures, who's able to keep the car going straight off the corners for more than 6 or 7 laps without the car wanting to dart straight to the inside wall. But man, this is going to be a really interesting season, HD.
Oh, it's going to be great. And yeah, like you said, man, just a note on that. Real racing starts next week, and I can't wait because, I might fall asleep there in a minute up here.
Too much, don't take the NyQuil just yet. We know you're getting over a bit of a cold. A whole lot of partying after your pro league race. We all saw the videos. But yeah, you got to keep it in check.
Yes, sir. Indeed.
All right, I'm gonna kind of get back through here. We've been covering a lot of the front runners. More Smoke, the 10 car, the 35 of Dan the Lawn Man, and 22 with J-Pop. Let's check in on some of these lesser known guys. How about let's see.
I got a driver right here. This is about the 14 at Nightfall. First
there you go.
Race here in NNR in the Cup Series. I actually ran when they were running those practice races and stuff like that. I ran with these guys. And I tell you what, you got to look out for this 14 as he got a little bit of contact right there with the 4th Natty Dread. But I think this 14 is going to be a force to be reckoned with. He's definitely fast. Again, like you said, real racing starts next week. And I expect to see him up towards the front.
Yeah, not a lot of people come into NNR in Cup. And like you said, 14, he's going to be strong. He proved himself to Coe. He proved himself to Stout Whiskey. He proved himself to Dewman and Carroll. And you see the 32 down low on the apron, going through 1 and 2. But yeah, he's going to be strong this year. I'm still kind of going through trying to find somebody else that is a relative unknown. And in NNR, there really aren't a whole lot. Everybody knows a lot about A-Dukes. Everybody knows the Aviator. Pro Viper's been around for a couple years. Silent Killer, 95 James Kamal, the 11 of Ingalls, 43 of Jose Seth. Everybody knows the main players in NNR's Cup Series because they're the best. These guys in Xfinity and these guys in Truck, they've got, a lot of those newer faces, they're gonna have to go ahead and prove themselves, win some races, lead a bunch of laps, show that you can hold the line, show you can cleanly race, you can put a whole race together. If you want to get up into the Cup, anytime a seat may come available, that's usually where they start. So that 14, he's already proved himself.
Yes, sir, indeed. And let's hit on A-Dukes a little bit. You mentioned him earlier. And I'm going to tell this story every time I talk about A-Dukes here in the broadcast booth. That time we were on iRacing in the league race. I had pole position. I was having trouble seeing everybody's paint schemes. And the man told me to hit Alt F4 to refresh. Well, you know what? I had exited the program. I backed all the way out. Had to start from pit road. But good news is I came back and won the race anyway.
That's pretty good. I would imagine if you exited the race, you probably went at least 1 or 2 laps down. So to come back and win, man, testament, I tell you. Let's see, you got the 88 of JRM Dohar all the way in the back. He's running the old red 88 Tax Slayer car. Let's take a look. 42 of a More Smoke still up front, leading this pack with the 3 car of Sweeter Feed right behind him. Got the 2 cars Stout Whiskey. They actually got a little bit of a break back to that 18. at least 1 or 2 car lengths. Goes to show how much they've really been pushing.
Man, the question is fuel. Are you gonna make it on fuel? But someone out in chat right now giving a huge shout out to Ingals, Indy 11, having a pretty good race, man. I mean, running 5th place, top 5 in the points right now for the end of stage 2. Only question is, last year there was a few people who weren't too happy with the way he was driving.
Yeah, him. Of course, everybody knew of the issues between what was then the 18 of Rowdy. Now he's actually in the 13, and the 11 at the time was CGMX Rose. CGMX Rose, got to mention him. He's actually not in the field tonight. Just moved, getting internet connection reconnected to where he's gone to. I'd like to think that those rivalries from last year are kind of in the past, but they say drivers don't forget. So we'll have to kind of wait and see.
I'm telling you right now, this is not in the past. Yeah, it's not in the past at all. And also, you just mentioned that the 20 of Rose is not here. The 13 of Rowdy is also not here. And those are 2 of the 4 championship 4 last year for NNR. Missing the first race at Daytona. We talked about it. Every point matters. Now, we know those guys are good. They're going to win races. They're more likely to get locked into the playoffs. But, hey, I mean, they could have lost out some stage points. Huge stage points. Or, scratch that, a playoff point. They could be scratching out playoff points.
Yeah. And, we talked about the 43 Jose 720, how just a couple points at Dega meant the difference between him moving on in the playoffs and not. That could be Rowdy later. He might be kicking himself in the hindsight from Texas all the way back to Alaska, saying, why didn't I race? I know he's got an Xbox with him. I know he's been on racing. I don't know why he's not here. But hey, when you're with family first.
Ah, yes, indeed, of course. Family's always first. But I mean, you mentioned earlier, this three car is still breaking away from the 18 of Sterlo. I don't know if Sterlo's got damage or what, but 3 cars is currently pulling away from 20.
Mm-hmm. I mentioned earlier, if you're following along or if you're a friend of More Smoke and kind of keeping an eye on his Twitch, Moore started off with a really, really high preset. Most people were starting off in like 1 or 2. I think he was starting off on like 6. So he's got that car a little loose. He's got it out there in the wind. So he's running a faster setup off the get-go. So never mind what he did in pit road as far as tire pressures, maybe a little less tape rather than a little more to keep it cool. I don't know how much of a change in the wedge he would have made since he was already starting it off a little bit on the loose side. But yeah, that 3 cars pushed that 42 ever since the restart, and they haven't let go. They're, like you said, they're pulling away.
Yeah, it looks like right now, actually, the 18 is finally getting some trash back. He's going to pull up to the bumper of the 2 Stout Whiskey, possibly coming out of turn 4. The only question is he going to take the run? But he's got no help from behind. The 11's not on his bumper just yet. There's a little bit of gap between him and the 18, so they might try it. There goes actually the 11 looking to the outside of the 18.
Yeah, he's going to check to the outside real quick. I don't know if he got tight or got distracted. Maybe saw a hot girl in the stands. I don't know. But that's kind of weird for him just to pull out like that, maybe hoping somebody would go with him, but that definitely did not happen. So 42 keeps the lead. 3 car of Sweeter Feed's going to keep P2. The 2 cars Stout Whiskey. Now you got the 18 and the 11 and the 10. I tell you what, the 10 has stayed strong all race.
Yeah, it's 10 string there, running just outside. Actually, I think he is. He's actually in 5th place because that 18's a lap down. So String's actually in 5th place. J. Paul at 22 is actually 6th place. The 11 of Ingals is actually 4th.
Yeah, you're right. And I'm going to kind of check in with Moore's feed here. It looks like they are on lap 22 of 27 for stage 2. So they got 5 laps to go if they're going to try to do anything with that 42. But right now, those 3 running nose to tail. The 11's going to try to duck back to the outside again.
Top 3 are pitting.
Still no love.
Top 3 are pitting right now. They just stepped below the line. So I think they're going to come down This time it's going to keep the eye on the 42 of a more smoke. And yep, here they come. There's that 3 dipping down right low. It's just 2 of them though. But Pete, that could be advantage getting on pit road quicker.
Yeah, absolutely, a big advantage. And you saw this is something that we used to do in Heat 3, and even beyond that, was one guy would go high down on the apron, and the other guy would go low. So you kind of keep side by side. You keep the same speed up, but you don't have to worry about the person person behind you, maybe going just a little bit quicker than you. Everybody tries to get down to that 55 speed limit, and no damage, no harm, no foul. But yeah, the 42 and the 3 in right next to each other, maybe taking a splash, no tires, and it looks like they're coming out right now.
Yeah, here comes the 2 of Stout Whiskey come down. Ooh, it's just a 2, man. He's all over the place. Looking like a windshield wiper in a hailstorm. First call tonight on that. There's that 21 of JCX12. Why don't you tell me a little bit of something of JCX12? That's a throwback right there.
Absolutely. JCX12 and I raced in a couple of different leagues together. And he actually contended for a championship in a league.
I don't want to cut you off, but there's a car hard, and that's the 95 of Kamal. There's the 12 of Knights down on the infield, all spun around. Not sure if caution's out. Don't think a caution's out, but if there is, that 18 of Sterling's in a great spot because he's actually leading the pack. He's on the lead lap right now.
Nope, no caution out right now, but I tell you what, from a Morris feed, these guys are definitely having a hard time keeping it down on the apron. It looks like Kamal was really, really loose trying to keep it on the apron as the 42 of a more smoke went by.
And JCX12 struggling just a bit on the apron. Looks like the 2 of Stout Whiskey able to hold it together pretty well.
Yeah, kind of getting back to the leader here. But yeah, that was some contact between the 42 of a more smoke and the 95 James Kamal. That's how those guys got collected. But yeah, if that 21 gets back to the form he had a few years back, he could be a serious contender here. He's got some good racing equipment to work with. Let's see. Let's take a look. Going through the field, still watching that 10 car of String. You mentioned the 12 and the 95 James Kamal kind of getting to a little bit of an issue.
Here we go right now. There's that 88 of Dohar though. Looking on the outside, it's got a bit of a line formed. Oh my God! There's huge contact in turns 3 and 4. The 11's around. It's sliding. The 11's up in the air, flipping around. First caution of the season is out.
Let's see. And that is actually 1 lap short of the stage break. So this should take away the end of the stage. It looks like a Moore in that wreck. His feed actually stopped also. Yeah, no, he's actually still running. Okay. But yeah, we are under caution. Now I'm not sure what's going to happen, if the game is going to take over or if they're just going to roll through to the end of the stage. Let's see. Yeah, Moore went from the lead all the way back to 15th. Unfortunately, on his stream, I can't see who 1st through 7th were.
It should start stage 3, right?
Yep, it should. Yep, looks like it's going to start.
Final stage?
Yep, final stage, yeah.
Time to get a quick rundown here.
Yeah, kind of working my way back up to the front.
New race leader, 40 of Outlaw, making his way towards the front of the pack after that crazy turn 3 and 4 wreck. The 11 of Ingals up in the air, flying around, didn't land it, so the Russian judges didn't give him a good score at all. They gave him like a 0.5 out of that. It was terrible. But on the outside of Outlaw, we got the 22 of J. Paul. There in that Pennzoil, you know, J. Paul's got a lot of fans out there. There's that 10, a String, and like you said earlier, man's been running good all night long. On the outside of String, it's going to be the 37, a Pro Viper, sitting P4. right back there. The one car of God Power sitting P5. On the outside of God Power, we got the 43 of Jose 720 P6.
Yeah, Jose 720 is keeping it clean, just like that 10-car string. Been keeping the front of their cars, hitting pushing the car in front, but not really slam drafting. That will actually give you damage in this game. So, these guys, they run full damage, 2 times wear, 2 times fuel. It looks like we're gonna get back to green here. Their pace lap is over, so we're gonna take the 40 car with the 22 on his outside. Got the 10 and the 37, the 1 of God Power. That's gonna make out your top 5, and the 40 car is gonna take him to the flag.
Yeah, green flag in the air here in the final stage. Here's the 40 of Outlaw out front, leading the first laps of his season here in NNR at Daytona. As the 22 of J. Paul's going to drop low, get down to 3rd place as that 37 of Pro Viper stuck on the outside, side by side for P4. 43 of Jose 720 is going to dip down as well, rounding out your top 5.
Yeah, the 22 of J-Pod really stole that P3 spot. He slammed that car to the bottom as quick as he could. Good thing God Power wasn't just a tick faster, because that could have ended up really bad for the 22. Could end up with a lot of damage. And looks like they're on lap 63 of 100. So everybody should have to make 2 pit stops if we stay under green. If not, we'll have to see how it plays out. But P1 through 6 right now are ready nose to tail. Last car in the single file looks like it's that 42 of Amore Smoke.
As we got double file back here towards the back, looking like a pack of mess. Actually 3 wide there for a minute. Down into turn 3, we got the 11 of Ingals on the outside, leading that pack. There's the 8 of Smitty. Haven't really called his name too much. 37 of Pro Viper's going to jump up to the top side. They're trying to get this thing rolling up there.
It still sounds weird to say the 11 of Ingals. We're so used to saying CGMX Rose. Some of these popular names and popular rides, they moved over for teammates or whatever, but looks like the 42 of Amore Smoke's going to be able to duck to the inside of that 8 of Smitty, and he's also going to keep the 11 pinched to the outside also.
And they're all going to dip back down in line. The 11 of Ingals was trying to make something happen. They had about 4 or 5 cars. There's that 21 of JCX12. It looks like they're going to try it yet again. 21 of JCX12 on top. There's the 11 of Ingals. 24 of Coey trying to make his way towards the front.
Yeah, if they can get that high line rolling, it does work. But you got to be patient and get the pull off, from the draft of the guy in front of you. It doesn't work if you're just up there. You got to try to side draft. It's something that we hadn't really gotten a chance to talk much about because they've been mostly nose to tail. But the side draft in this game is really strong. You can get up to that guy's right rear and pull him back. We saw that in the truck series. I forget who it was right now, but they were able to pull the 5 car little tank back.
Woo! 40 of Outlaw going down pit road. Don't know exactly what's going on with this. Oh, and he's actually head first.
Oh, that's not gonna work for CJ. Not at all. Outlaw's gonna have to hope that a caution comes out in order to get that damage repaired and have time to get back on the lead lap. But I don't see that happening right now. These guys are all still nose to tail. We need some action here.
Yeah, well, we got a shout out to 10 of String out there in chat. That's Rock NASCAR shouting out String. Well, I'll tell you what, new race later is that 10 of String.
Yeah, could String take this? I don't think last year he got a win at all, but he's pretty strong so far here at Daytona.
I think when it comes to last year in String, I think that's a year he wants to forget. I know he left for a little bit, came back, just wasn't up to par in my in my mind for String. He just wasn't running all that great. But hey, new year, new game, new String. Here he is leading the Daytona 500.
Yeah, new String leading. You got 22 with J-Paw, hoping that we were going to be calling his name as being up front all race long. There he is pushing that 10 car around with the 1 car right behind him. Then you got I can't quite see who's right there in P4, but there's Jose 720 right there, P5, followed by the 4 of Natty Dread. Haven't really talked about Natty much tonight either.
Yeah, no, haven't talked about Natty at all, really. And here he is, running great inside the top. We're 6th place right there. Zay, we need to duel for the 3rd time tonight. But so far, all single file.
Yeah, and while they've got the track map on their screen, and we can see which car we're watching. One thing that they actually took away from us is once you're on the hood cam of a car, you used to be able to look back and see what was happening. That is gone. So not only did we get something, but
I don't want to cut you off, but we got a side-by-side battle right now for the lead. And that's J-Paul at 22. Down low, we got cars up front.
Jose 720 he's going to close a big one behind him.
Yeah, there's a big one. Should bring out the 2nd caution of the night. I don't think it did. I think they're still green.
How can that be?
I don't know,
but they are still green.
Yeah, something happened to 43. They're getting pretty racy there. The 22 got up under the 10 of Sterlo, down to 10 of String, sitting P3, but new race leaders, the 22 of J-Paul.
Yeah, J-Paul being pushed by the 1, and behind them, that String, like you just said, falling back to P3. Tail end Charlie, this lead pack is that 4 of Natty Dread we were just talking about, and he's got the 11 of Ingalls right in front of him.
Wow. Yeah, just going to get a new quick rundown of at least the top 5, 22 J-Paul race leader. There's that one, a sweeter.
God power. God power. There we go.
Right there, sitting P2 at 10 of String, sitting P3. Looks like that's the 3 of
Sweeter? Yep.
Yeah, Sweeter.
Yep. And then you got the 18. The 18
got
that.
Solo.
Yep, 18
around the top 5. Actually, it looks like a Moore's going to get up under the 18. 18 up towards the wall. Going to try and get on his car. He's going to drop all the way to the back.
Yep, like the 18 really benefited from that stage break because he was able to jump in line with the leaders after the other people that pitted with him earlier got lapped. He's right back on the lead lap and running strong.
Let's just go back to that wreck, though, man. How was that not a caution?
Yeah, I don't know how that didn't bring out the wreck. I mean, there were people flying.
I don't know.
Ah, man. Jose was having such a strong run.
Who's the
really
dude
unfortunate for that 43.
Who's the dude that says, put it out, put it out? What's his name?
Yeah.
David Hoots, right?
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
David Hoots, right? Yeah.
David Hoots, there you go.
Yeah.
That's what we needed.
A couple of the Pro League races. Everybody's like, oh, it's David Hoots. I'm saying, who the hell is David Hoots? But I say that all the time, man. I just got into really legit watching racing. Like every weekend watching the race now. I just kind of got into it, so, forgive me.
Well, you got to meet a lot of the most well-known people. Was Chad Canals was there for championship night. We saw Blake Cook was there for filter time. We saw quite a few people kind of hanging around the studio. So that was pretty cool. Jeff Fabignano, big time streamer.
Oh, Jeff Fabignano was there. Jeff Fabignano was a pretty cool dude. Shout out Jeff Fabignano. But I mean, you think about that, all these real teams, I mean, all their PR guys, freaking Hendrick Motorsports had camera people following them around everywhere. It was pretty insane. It was a good time. A lot of fun.
3 cars. Sweeterfeed actually just pushed the 10 of String out of the pack. It looks like String is going to easily lose at least 4 or 5 spots. He's going to go from P3 at least to P6. He's going to run the high side with the 18 behind him, but the 11 is going to duck to the inside, not allow him back inside. The 4-car Natty Dread's going to keep him hung out to dry as well. He's going to fall back in line just in front of that 18.
And there goes the 11 car. Vingals on the outside with the 4 Natty Dread in tow, pushing them along. Tennis string, like you just said, dropped all the way to the back, and we're seeing something, Pete. We're seeing these guys be less patient. If you mess up, if you get off that yellow line, I am going to take it. That's exactly what's going on right now.
Yep, I was mentioning earlier that the cars they get tight at Daytona and Talladega. You can't really hug that bottom line unless you put a whole lot of extra wheel into it. And sometimes if you put too much wheel, you hit the yellow line. Well, unlike games in the past, it doesn't spin you out. It actually kicks you back up onto the track. And if the person behind you is right there, they're going to take that spot and you're going to drop. Just like I think what happened there to the 10 car string.
Yep, and the 11 of Vingals is still on the outside trying to make it happen. It's just him and the 18 of Sterlo. As, they're actually going to get a little loosey-goosey, get up into the wall there. Tandem draft did not work out between them two because they are going to lose this draft now.
Yeah, they both made pretty serious contact to the outside wall. The 11 of Vingals that was just at the tail end of this draft is now outside of it, like you just said. So the 22 with J-Paw, for all you J-Paw fans out there, he's still leading these guys around. He's actually coming up on the 43.
There's the 22 looking to the outside.
Yep.
And he's
went to the outside. Oh, that's going to jumble them all up. That 43 car did not give the leader the preferred line, or at least it didn't look like it. So now you got a battle for the lead between the 3 car of Sweeterfeed, the 22 with J-Paw, side by side.
And a side-by-side of 42 of them more smokes, currently pushing a 3 of Sweeter Feeds, followed by, looks like that 48 last year's champ, Elijah White. That's going to be the Aviator. Didn't work that time by. Race leader still that 22 of J-Paul. The 1 of God Power moving up to P2. And there's that 8 car of Smitty, rounding out your top 3.
Oh, the 1 car right there, good example. He hit that line, got pushed up a little bit. And for a second there, I thought they were going to pit, but nope, it's not quite.
Good Lord, look at this mess up here as that 1 car of God Power is actually going to get down low on the 22 of J-Paul. We got another race for the lead as I need to switch up here. Here we go.
Yeah. So the 1 car of God Power got his car in the wind here with the 8 cars of Smitty giving him a big shove. And now it's the 42 of a more smoke behind Smitty. Got three car of Sweeter. And then I think, is that the 24 of Coey now sitting on the backside? No, that's the 48 of Aviator, sorry.
That's the 48 Aviator, new race leader, first laps led this season of 1 of God Power to the line, 8 of Smitty, P2. There's that 42 of more smoke, P3, and J-Paul, who led just a lap ago, tried to sneak down in the line, dropping all the way to the back.
Yeah, how these 2 packs got separated before. They're all back together again, and the draft in this game is huge, and it pulls you really, really strong, really fast. If you get a good run, you've got to take it somewhere, and that's, I think, what we saw right there. But here we are, back side by side again. The 42 to the outside of the 3. The 2 cars, Stout Whiskey's going to go up with the 42. And they're running side by side from about 6th on back.
Yeah, they're riding side by side, and actually the 3rd place car, that's going to be the 3 Sweeter Feeds, is going to get door with the 1 of God Power down the front stretch. The 48 of Elijah White in tow, pushing him. Stout Whiskey dipping to the low line, and we're side by side for the lead, Pete.
Yeah, we're side by side for the lead. Look at the strength of that high side. We talked about it earlier. Here you see the 42 of more smoke pushing his teammate, the 3 car Sweeter Feed, down the backstretch on the high side. They're going to get a great run off the 3 and 4 down through the tri-oval. We're going to see just how much momentum that high side really carries. Watch this.
And it's carrying some good momentum up there. Sweeter Feeds is still door-to-door with the 8 of Smitty. I think if Smitty gets clear here, he might dip to the high side to lead that train.
Yeah, but they're coming up on a couple of lap cars. Where's the 1 car going to go? He's got that 8 car Smitty right behind him. They may not be able to see who's coming up or where they're going to have to go. This might cause another big issue.
And it's going to get close to the 1 car. God Power gets a little loose. Here they come towards the lap traffic. You know God Power saying, hey, let us by. But luckily, they kind of got single filed out. They're going to be able to dip up to the top line. But that's going to leave some guys stranded. That's going to leave the tennis string stranded down there.
Yep, they left the 10 string stranded. He's going to try to push up right behind the 42 of Amore Smoke. There was no room for him. Dohar closed that gap really fast. The 40 cars of Outlaws kind of pushing up just a little bit as the 48 gives them a big boost. There we go. There's the 2 cars, Stout Whiskey on the outside. He's got, I'm not sure who that is behind him giving him a shove. I think that's 35, Dan the Lawn Man. Yep, sure is. And behind him is the 6 car of Heated Snowman.
Yeah, I was going to go take a hood view real quick of Coey. He's a little bit back here, but want to watch this baby from the hood as he's going to go to the outside of Natty Dread there in the 4 as they pretty much got single filed out. Top 10.
Yep, they're top 10. You know, Master Killer's over here in chat. He's always been a big J-Pop fan. And you see the 2 cars, Stout Whiskey, going below the yellow line to take that position. I don't think that's really going to work all that well. They may have to review that a little bit later on, but back to, nose to tail, 1st through 8th, with the 21 of JCX 12 to the outside. He's getting a little bit of a shove. Maybe see if they can't get something going. Maybe some of the other guys up front will pull out with them. A lot of these guys are going below the yellow.
Might just be lack of orange as well.
Could be ours. But let's see. Dirty Deeds in chat saying Corey LaJoy was the best.
We got pit stops happening right now. Looks like that 48 pulling off down pit road with 3 others. So green flag pit stops underway.
Yeah, so a lot of teammates. You got the 3 of Sweeter Feed. You got the 42 of Amore Smoke, and I think that was the 4 car of Natty Dread, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So early pits. As soon as they come back around, I will get a lap count for us. It looks like, boy, Amore really cut that close. He had less than a lap of fuel left in the tank as they entered the pits.
Well, I'll tell you, that 2 of Stout Whiskey was making great time on the high side. It looks like the 40 of Outlaw ended up hitting the line at turns 3 and 4, bumped them, and it just destroyed the outside lane. They were almost side-by-side for 3rd place. Well, they were side-by-side for 3rd place because the 40 is for 3rd.
Yep, they were side-by-side for 3rd place, and as Amore's leaving the pits, they've got 18 laps to go. So I'm assuming that his stream is about a lap behind, so they're getting pretty close to being really close on gas to making it to the end. Have to see what happens here.
I know we saw 4 cars at least dip off the pit road. They're not going to make it today. It looks like that 10 string is hard up into the wall in the back of the pack.
And yeah, he's hard up into the wall. Looks like the one.
Oh, here they come right now. A bunch of cars out pit road. There's the one that got power. 8 of Smitty. Oh, the 6 that Heated Snowman a little loose. And good Lord, I don't know how they didn't wreck.
I don't know either. That is some great driving. Way to take the high line, take the low line, pulling into the pits, and looks like the one of God Power really got into the pits the best out of everybody right there. So a lot of cars getting really loose under brake. But all these guys are going to have to take a full tank of gas. They're not going to be able to take a can and a half or something like that. They're really going to have to gas it up, go, maybe take no tires since wear really isn't an issue here at Daytona. But that one car's got a monster lead in that monster 1 car.
Yeah, there's a huge race off pit road. There's a 10 of String, 14 of Nightfall, 35 of Dan, the Lawman. And I got no clue who's got the race lead right now.
I'm not quite sure. It might actually all cycle right back around to that 1 car once the pit stops are done. But the 3, the 42, the 4, and I think it wasn't the 10. I don't remember who else, who the 4th car was. Actually, it was the 48 of Aviator. They all pit together and they came out together. So if they're able to stay hooked up, they might be able to surpass this 1 car. We'll have to see how that shakes out. But the 1 now has the draft from the 43. So if it does come back to the 1, he'll have some drafting help where everybody else is going to have to play catch up.
Yeah, he's all out here by his lonesome. He's got the 43 Jose in front of him. Well, we know he got in that big wreck, so not really in contention right now.
Yep, the 43, as I look at his bumper, it does have some damage. We're not quite sure how much of that is real or how much, the game just didn't put it back to normal after he would have repaired it. And it looks like he's going to go high and just allow the one car to go by. One car said, hey, if you got that damage, maybe get behind me and push where the arrow really doesn't become an issue. And the one car, full health can chug right along.
Yes, sir, indeed. I'm going to keep my eye on the second pack. We got
Keep
the 8 of Smitty leading this.
Through the field here.
22 of J. Paul running P3. 2 of Stout Whiskey P4. 40 of Outlaw P5. 6 of Heated Snowman having a good run. Really hadn't called his name all night, but he's been up towards the front. And there's that Wily vet, that man of the hour, the man himself, that 42 of a more smoke.
Yep, 42 of a more smoke. I'm actually, let's see, Amore right now is actually showing back in P13 with JCX12 behind him. The 14 and Nightfall running P15. Stout Whiskey running P11. And Outlaw running P12. So 11 through 15th is Stout, Outlaw, Amore, JCX12, and Nightfall.
Woo! I tell you what, the 8 and 22 cut down right in front of God Power, and that put them in a 3-wide situation right now.
Ooh,
2 of Stout Whiskey.
Gonna take a hard hit
into the wall, but able to hold it together. There's the 40 of Outlaw as well, hard into the wall.
Oh, boy. Outlaw really didn't get a whole lot of practice time, a whole lot of seat time that the rest of these guys got with their first and second and final practice last night. So I'm not quite sure, how much he's been able to get in, whether he was able to shake off these jitters. In the beginning of the broadcast, we talked about a lot of people being really nervous, about the beginning of the season. We'll have to see how this works. Looks like the 88 of Dohar is on pit road. Not sure if
he's still on pit road. Yeah, if he's still on pit road, that's definitely a blown motor because he was on pit road.
Bad break for the 88 of Dohar. He sent out a tweet earlier saying he was able to win a championship in another league that he runs an actual setup league. He's hoping to be able to do it here as well. But again, the long season ahead of everybody.
You know what they say. Season don't start till next week at Atlanta.
That's right. Let's see. Now I'm kind of curious. Right now you got the 4 car ahead of the 10 of String, and then you got the 14 of Nightfall in front of the 35 of Dan the Lawnman. I don't think this is for the lead, but you got the 24 of Coey back here. You got the 95 of Kamal. You got the 11 of Ingalls and the 21 of JCX12. JCX12 was showing behind the 42 earlier, but now he's actually nowhere around the 42. Kind of curious how this is all going to shake out. But Amore's feed is saying that he is actually 1 lap ahead, and he's in 9th place. So, yeah,
these
kind
guys aren't the race leaders.
Yeah, it's kind of what I'm thinking.
It might be this back with the 490 Dread.
You got to kind of go wherever String's been. String has been up front all race long. So if he's pushing that 4 and Natty Dread right now, this could be your lead pack. And next time Amore comes around, I'll get us a lap count. This might be the battle for the win right here.
I'll tell you what. You should hop down to the room and find out.
Okay, yeah, I can hop down the roof and get us a top 5. Or hop down to team comms.
Yeah, thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah.
And while he's doing that, I think we're around here again, man. Nightfall 14 car. Expecting a lot of great things. He might be very well sitting P3. There's that 10 of Stern. Not 10 of Stern. It's 10 of Stern last one. 10 of String was looking to the outside there just for a moment. Thought better of it. Kind of figured the 14 was not going to go with. There he is yet again, going up. Next time by, if he does it again, I guarantee that 14 of Nightfall will take advantage of that. As these guys got a huge train, if this is that lead pack, that's just J-Paul pack. Where are they coming? They're coming from turns 3 and 4.
I tell you what, HD, go find that 8 car. That is your leader, and he's got the 22 at J-Paw.
Yeah, we were right. Look at that.
Look at that. Yep. So right now, Fort Smitty, your last season's Xfinity Series champion, leading the Daytona 500, Daytona 250, whatever we're calling it, with the 22 of J-Paw right behind him. J-Paw again was hoping for a great night. Looks like he's going to get it. He's got the 42 of a More Smoke actually pushing him. So a More Smoke right now is a lap down, and pushing first and second place around the track. Again, going to get us a lap count as 42 of a More Smoke's going to move up and allow the 6-car Heated Snowman on by. And there goes the 1 of God Power as well. And he's got the 43 of Jose 720 right behind him.
There we go. Look at that. We were right. We thought we were wrong, but we were right. We were right for once.
We were right, and we're winging it.
We were right, and we're usually wrong. Good Lord. That's like one of those multiple choice, questions. They say don't change your answer once you pick it. Well, when we picked it, so I guess we're wrong because we changed it.
Go with your gut. Go with your gut.
So I guess we're still wrong.
And they've got 6 laps to go. So, yeah.
Whoa, 6 laps to go in the race.
Only 6 laps to go.
It's flown by, hasn't it, guys?
Oh, there's still.
It has flown by. Hey, Gohar.
Engine blew when I entered pit road. It didn't want to go anymore, I guess.
Talk about Pro League guys. Welcome, Dohar.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, man, so we got you to boost. So how was the racing out there?
It was, stage 3 was a lot better than the first 2 stages. I mean, you had a lot of guys saving gas out there, holding lines up, so you got guys at the back that are trying to make runs go to the outside. And it was stacking up, and it got a little bit ridiculous.
Typical Daytona racing.
Yeah, I mean, team deathmatch to the bottom. But we were.
Hey, Steve, we got a challenge here for the lead. Sorry to interrupt you. Looks like the 1 car of God Power is going to try to duck to the outside. He's got the 42 of Moore's going to try to push him, and the 43 of Jose 720. But they might have thought better of it, and no, they're gonna try it again.
They're also going to trap
try that side
here.
draft.
They're going to trap somebody down because they're coming up. No. I was thinking they'd possibly get to the outside of the 6 of Heated Snowman. Didn't happen because they came up quick on that 40 of Outlaw. There's that 22 of J-Paul diving down low. 6 of Heated Snowman still stuck on the outside. And it looks like he's going to get stuck out there because that 1 of God Power is going to stick with that low lane.
Kind of reminiscent of Earnhardt winning the 98 Daytona 500. They used the 40 car as a pick. So now you got the 40 car between them and the 1. So right now it's all about the 8 and the 22 nose to tail. 8 cars going for his first Daytona 500 win. J-Paw was hoping for a strong run, wanted to be up front all night long. Here he is in P2 with a lap car of Outlaw and then the 1. So behind those guys, you got the 6 car Heated Snowman. He's now got pushed to the outside. It looks like the 42 of a More Smoke again, a lap down with the 43 right behind him. So right now it's just like it's a 4-horse race.
Yes, indeed. Yes, it is. And if we can get a
3 laps to go.
That'd be great. 3 laps to go. You just read my mind. 3 laps here. And NNR, the 8 of Smitty out here leading this pack. But guarantee you, this thing's going to get racy here before it's all said and over.
Oh, absolutely. And Smitty was one of those recipients of the congratulatory video from Kenny Wallace. So he had a whole lot of momentum or a whole lot of high hope going in. He wanted to... Oh, look, 22 looked like he was going to try to look to the inside of the 8, but it didn't work out for him.
Yeah, but
he
there
got
goes
a
that
big
1
push to the outside.
Yeah, there goes that 1 of God Power to the outside. He's currently on the 8's quarter panel, now to the 22's door, now to the 22's quarter panel. It's going to die coming through turns 3 and 4. Look, there might have been a little bit of lag punch right there between the 22 and 8 because the 8 shot out like a rocket.
Yeah, the 8 got shot out like a rocket. The 22's still back there. 8 car's got a huge lead up front. And not quite sure who's going to be able to finish P2.
I think that's the race.
I think that was the race. I think Smitty just did Kenny Wallace solid and came in for his first Daytona 500 win. Not quite sure who came in P2, whether it was the 22 of J-Power or the 1 of God Power. But look at the run for the 6 of Heated. I mean, he wasn't really much of a contender all race, but in the end, he was able to come through, I think, in P3 right there, at least P4. And yes, Smitty, God Power, J-Paw, Heated Snowman, and Natty Dread. That's your top 5. Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, congratulations to them guys. And again, congratulations to Smitty, as we're going to wait in a new improved broadcast booth for them guys to come up here, get a little talk in, see how their race went. Obviously, it went good, finishing top 3.
Absolutely. So this is going to be... God Power's been to the booth before. I don't think Smitty, or I don't remember Smitty ever being here, and J-Paw definitely hasn't. So for all those J-Paw fans out there, he's done really well by you tonight, and that goes to show why he has the fan base that he has.
Yes, sir, indeed. Well, there's Smitty now. You know he's smiling ear to ear.
Oh, he's got to be smiling ear to ear.
And we're waiting for one more.
Yep, just waiting for J-Paw. So Smitty's going to be the first one to lock himself into the playoffs. He can go through the next, 25 races. As long as he stays in good standings, doesn't miss a whole lot of races, doesn't fall below, I'm guessing like the top 20 in points or something like that. I'll have to refamiliarize myself with that part of the rules. But yeah, a lot of the pressure's off. I'll see if I can get a hold of the 22 of J-Paw. Not really familiar with the whole booth thing.
He's down in the other chat. So here's one.
Yep.
Did he finish 3rd or 2nd?
He finished 3rd.
All right. Yeah, jump down real quick.
Yep. Let's see. It looks like he is showing. Yeah, he's showing offline. I'll be right back.
He's in Discord. Did he go down on Discord? Oh, yeah. There you go. Tell you what, we'll give it a minute for J-Paul to come up. If he doesn't come up, well, there he is right there. J-Paul HD, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got a copy, man.
Woo! It got hectic there.
Appearance.
Is it your first booth? I think it's your first booth appearance, and I think it's Smitty's first booth appearance. So 2 first-timers up here in the booth with HD and Pete. I tell you what, buddy, coming out of turn 4, last lap, what happened?
Smitty had been having a little bit of lag there at the end, and so I couldn't like fully push him all the way. And so coming out of 4, I was just trying to push him hard. I saw God Power and them coming on the outside, and then it just like stopped me, almost gave me whiplash. I ended up just pulling up and just getting a 3rd out of it, which is good because Smitty was my teammate last year, and I'm glad to see that he's a first-time Cup Series winner in the playoffs. So that's pretty awesome for him.
That's definitely great for Smitty. Can't deny that. Looking back at the race, though, is there anything you wish you would have did something different? Do you wish you possibly would have went to the high side?
I was hoping to get a run coming out of 4 and maybe flip in front of God Power. He probably would have double-crossed me, though. I know him. But I wish I would have saved some gas in stage 1. Probably would have had a good overall across-the-board points. But I got a stage win, so that's all that matters.
There you go, right there. Would you like to throw any shout-outs? I know you got a lot of fans out here. I mean, just to name a quick few. You got Bills, Master Killer.
Got a lot of them, man.
Yeah, you got a lot of fans. You're the Dale
Earnhardt. SRL and NAOR, and especially shout out to Q-Dog. I tried to help him out in the Xfinity race Tuesday night, but he's a newbie over there, so I'm giving a shout out to him.
Well, there you go, right there. Good solid finish for J-Paul. Pete, why don't you go ahead and pick God Power?
Absolutely, God Power, you got me.
Yeah, I got you, bud.
God Power, we saw your car. We saw that Monster 1 car, pretty close to the lead all night long. When you were pushing the 22 and the 8 in front of you, and they ducked down in front of the 40 car to kind of use him as a pick I mentioned it in the stream, kind of reminiscent of Earnhardt, the way he won the 98 500. Did you think that you were going to be able to get that run on the outside to pull that off, or did you try to use any side draft? What were your plans coming through the last couple laps?
Honestly, I had no clue what I was gonna do. It just kind of all came together last second. I mean, I don't really know why the lap car couldn't just get out of the way, but I mean, the other two that were in the pack, they just got out of line, went to the back of it. I don't really understand why he couldn't have done the same thing, but hey, it's racing. It happens.
Yeah, the way the 8 car and the 22 were able to duck in front of the 40 car, and you got stuck behind him, and then eventually he did move up, and it looked like you were going to have a great push from, I think that was the 42 of a more smoke, to get to the outside of the 22, and then you got to the pretty close to the 8 car's left rear. Did you think about trying to side draft and pull him back? Hopefully it would propel you. Or is it just, hey, last lap, winging a prayer, got to just try to keep it straight?
At that point, I was just trying to keep it straight. I couldn't. If I would have tried side drafting, it would have just caused a big mess. I heard over team comms that Smitty had a solate lag, so I didn't want to chance that, and ended up booting J-Paw there, which gave me second. So thanks Smitty's lag for that. But I mean, congrats to my team, man. I picked him up not too long ago, and he ended up getting the 500. So.
All right. Well, congrats on your P2. Absolutely. Any shout outs, sir?
No, my teammates, man. They are in the better terms some dang good drivers. So I'm pretty excited to be this season with A Dukes, Smitty, and Jose. And let's see if we can get some more dubs.
All right. Well, congrats. HD, you've got our first time winner.
Smitty. I don't know what to tell you, man. I mean, you might want to thank Kenny Wallace for the shout-out in his video he did. But, man, what a race. You worked your way up towards the front. You got it done. You're a winner. You're locked into the playoffs. How are you feeling?
Feels great, man. Feels really great.
So tell me, coming through the race, just tell me what it was like, the race was like through your perspective, through those last 10, 5, and that last lap.
All right, so after pit stops happened, I came out second, but I lost God Powers, and God Power had our teammate Jose helping him. I had at least a good line, so we got able to be caught up to him. And then we just got a massive run off of 4 on God Power. I took it high. Luckily, I had guys go with me, and we were able to clear them. And it's luckily to keep the lead those last few laps.
Well, there you go, right there. I know you got a lot of fans out in chat right now, going wild. You're running that N-O. I don't want to get it wrong. Hold on, someone said it. N-A-O-R Racing League out there. You got a lot of guys out there cheering you on, congratulating you. Would you like to throw any shout-outs?
I'd like to thank Team Red Spade. I'd like to thank them for picking me up late in the off season, and I delivered them with their first win of the season, and in the biggest race. I'd like to thank Jay Paul for riding with me in the second. He could have gone out and grabbed a win. I like to thank everybody in NNR. They've been a lot of family. They're my brothers now. Came in with open arms, and I'd like to thank F&L as well. That was the first league I ran. I'd like to thank Bass Pro Shop, Chevrolet, Caterpillar, Lucas Oil, Liberty National. I'd like to thank all the sponsors on the car. Got their first win. We're going to party tonight.
There you go right there. Gonna party hard. Gonna party hard. Just don't party too hard. It's Friday and you might have work tomorrow. Well, Pete. Tell you what, man. Another one in the books. First one in NASCAR Heat 4. What do you think?
I think from the racing we saw tonight to the racing that we're going to see next week is going to be completely night and day. I tell you what, I'm going to get a tweet out here as soon as I possibly can. And Smitty, I'm going to tag you. I'm going to tag Kenny Wallace. I'm going to tag the league. And I could just imagine what's going to come back. Congratulations, man. From the Xfinity Series Championship last year to the first win this year, locking yourself in. You can kind of relax a little bit for the next 25 laps or so, or 25 races or so. But, man, HD, I'm looking forward to the rest.
Yes, sir. Indeed. I tell you what, it's another good one. Glad to have you up in the booth, brother.
Oh, I appreciate you having me, man.
Oh, as always. Again, shout out to the people out there watching. Fun a few times, man. A lot of times we were over 20 viewers. That's pretty big. That's pretty big around here. So, again, shout out to all the people who support NNR and the broadcast. And until next time, guys, we'll catch you on the track.